Welcome friends. So I was in the middle of doing my next video when my husband walks in with this bad boy for Valentine's Day. So this is the largest box of Prismacolor pencils. It's 150 count and it will cost a whopping $140. So it is not cheap. And compared to my Castle color pencils, these are 120 count and these are $57. So roughly $1 a pencil versus 50 cents a pencil. Obviously, the Prismacolor pencils are better. How much better are they? Are they actually worth spending twice as much money on the more expensive pencils? So halfway through this video, I switched gears and decided we're going to do a comparison of the Prismacolor pencils and the Castle colored pencils to see if it really is worth the extra cost for the better pencils. Okay, so when I started this, I have these 2 pages very empty that I wanted to do another video on how to add characters to your coloring book if you are not particularly artistic and you can't draw. A great method is if you already have another coloring book and you have a picture from that coloring book, you can use either carbon paper or just cover the back of the page with a pencil and trace your character onto the coloring page that you want to transfer the image to. I wanted to do Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and I unfortunately did not have any coloring books with Chippendale, so I did print these off of my computer. Usually I would just draw the characters, but I want to make sure I give you guys other options if you are unable to freehand draw. And carbon paper is great. It's going to give you a much darker line to go off of. However, you can't erase it. So if you just cover the back of your page with a good layer of graphite, it will transfer just fine and also give you the option of erasing it should you mess something up. And the good thing about this being so empty is I really won't have to use hardly any paint. The only paint I'm going to have to use is over this little dragonfly that's in Monty's face here. And this was a lot of fun. Rescue Rangers is actually free on YouTube, so I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Rescue Rangers. When I was doing this, my husband came in with this huge box of Prismacolor pencils, and I was so excited that I forgot to record a lot of this. So we're starting about halfway through here, but this left-hand side is my Prismacolored pencils, and I've got Gadget on this side, and I've just added the tree and some rocks and a cityscape in the background. Nothing too fancy here. And if you're interested in how I drew the tree, I'll leave a link for my other video with Once Upon a Forest where I show you how I did this tree here. And so far with the Prismacolored pencils, of course, everything is going smoothly. No hiccups. They're easy to blend, so easy to use. I mean, they really are just the best colored pencil out there. Once you use Prismacolored pencils, it's hard to go back to a cheaper brand. But I will say I have been using the 24 pack for a long time, and it's worked just fine for me. It has plenty of colors, and you just have to do a bit more blending, so you really don't need a big pack of the Prismacolor pencils. But I finally got it, and I've been wanting it, and my husband knew it, so that's what he got me for Valentine's Day. And once I was done with the left-hand side here, I moved over to the right-hand side. And on the right-hand side is where I used my castle colored pencils. The only thing that was not colored pencils is the cityscape. I actually had a stencil that I used and used some ink because I was trying to not draw too much. For all these extra shapes like the rocks, the trees, you don't have to draw those at all if you don't want to, but you can also trace those images as well. And so I tried my best to match the sky and the grass colors with the ones that I used for the Prismacolor. And the castle colored pencils also come with their own case, which is also very nice. So it's cheaper and it comes with a case. Now, one thing I did find when I was actually really comparing these two side by side, most of the colored pencils, there is not a huge difference. Like, I can't really tell from one color to the other what's Prismacolor, what's castle colors, except there are certain shades that I feel like are more streaky than others. The purple and the blues, I feel like do end up being more streaky on the castle side. The greens, I thought they were all comparable. Like all the greens I thought blended super well. I didn't have any issues, but whenever you get into the blue and purple pigments, I don't know what it is about those pigments, but it seems like other brands really struggle with purple and blue pigments, whereas the Prismacolor don't. So I don't know if it's something about that pigment color that's hard to work with, but that is where I feel like I noticed the most difference, with one exception, and that is the white colored pencil. So if you are not aware, you can purchase individuals of the Prismacolor pencils from Hobby Lobby. And if you do not buy any Prismacolors ever in your life, get at least the white Prismacolor pencils. It's $2. You can go get a single one. And here's where you can really start to tell the difference. The white on the castle color pencils does not blend. It is scratchy and streaky. It looks like Crayola. It's so bad compared to the Prismacolors that just blend perfectly. I don't know what Prismacolor puts in their white colored pencils, but they are the best white color pencil by a long shot. So you can absolutely save the money for the Prismacolors and just purchase the white one and get a cheap brand of another colored pencil and probably be just okay. Now, when I was working over the big surfaces, I also noticed a difference as well. The sky on the castle color side was a lot more scratchy than the Prismacolor side. So you can even just see in the light where it's reflecting the streaks and the scratches. And while it isn't a huge deal, it is noticeable. The reds and oranges, browns, didn't notice it really much of a difference between one brand to the other. Now, the Castle brand, I mean, it really is a bargain basement kind of colored pencil. There's lots of levels in between with different brands that are supposed to be really good, just almost right up there with Prismacolor, but I've not used a lot of those. So here is my finished product. We have the Prismacolor side. Everything is very smooth, looks really nice. And then we have the Castle color side. And you can definitely tell in the sky that it's more streaky, but more than anything, the white would not blend with the blue. The white color pencil is really where you start to notice the difference between the two brands. Looking at these side by side, I mean, I don't know, you tell me, do you think one is twice as better as the other? Well, there you have it, friends. So Prismacolor versus Castle color pencils. In my opinion, I don't think it's worth the extra money for the more expensive pencils. For a long time, I've been using the 24 pack and it has worked really well. And I just supplement my cheaper colored pencils when I need to. If you're doing a large area, then maybe switch to the Prismacolors. But in my opinion, you're far better off to get a less expensive colored pencil that's still good and just spring for the $2 white Prismacolor that you can get from Hobby Lobby. So, and then get a cheaper set of colored pencils, in my opinion. So hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps the channel move forward. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos.